how to make the vegetable sauté. So the vegetable sauté is in the hot food section, all right? And in the hot food section, you either make an entree or you make a hot side dish. So our hot side dish is the vegetable sauté, and it's really, really good. Even if you don't like vegetables, it has really good flavor. So on day one, you are going to prepare your mise en place, which is essentially cut all your vegetables and measure your seasoning enhancements and some Parmesan cheese. On day two, you're going to saute it up. I have prepared some of our mise en place, so I'll kind of talk it through with you, all right? So the first thing, you need about 1 cup or 1 zucchini. So I've already washed our zucchini. I cut the top and the bottom off, and you're going to cut it in half, and then you are going to do what's called a julienne cut. So to do that, you are just going to take your zucchini, and zucchinis cut really nice. They're very soft. They have a lot of water. And you're just going to cut flat panels. All right, just like so. Now, normally for julienne, you would not use this piece, but we want every vegetable because it's really, really good vegetable dish. Okay, you're just going to go back through, and you'll do your slices, just like so. All right. Try to get them as uniform as you can, and you have the whole period, so take your time. All right, just like so. And then you would put these in a baggie. I'm going to be sauteing this up right in this demo, so I'm just putting it in a little dish. I'm just going to show you one more time so I can finish this. You cut your flat panels, just like so. Turn it around, and then your julienne or matchsticks. All right, so we have that ready to go. All right, I've already done the same exact thing to squash. So zucchini is green, squash is yellow. It really tastes the same, but it's adding a variety of color. All right, so I have that all prepped and ready to go. Then, next vegetable we are going to work with is our onion. All right, and you're going to use 2 small onions or 1 medium. And you can use a yellow, red, any kind of onion that you have. I cut it in half. I've already sliced some of it, but I'm going to show you how to slice the other half. All right, so you're just going to cut the top, garbage, and then the bottom, garbage. Take the peel off. All right, just like so, and you can throw that away. And then onions have that natural separation. So you can see they'll open up and you have like an onion julienne, all right? So that's what is really nice. And we leave these nice and long because it's a full saute. We don't want to chop anything. We want to see each vegetable in its whole state so we know exactly what's in the saute, all right? It's very visually pleasing on the plate, all right? So that is ready to go, okay? So we have cherry tomatoes. You need about 1 cup. And I wash them, and then I just cut them in half. If you don't cut them in half, they're going to explode, all right? Then we're going to have oregano. You need 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon. I just minced that up, and we're using fresh oregano. 2 teaspoons of garlic, or 2 cloves of garlic, and mince that right up. Okay, and then we're going to be using about a cup of broccoli. So depending on how your teacher buys the broccoli, you might get a whole head, you might get a floret. A floret is one of these pieces. This is not bad, it's pretty bite-sized, but we want everyone to get a little bit of everything. So just go through and make sure that they're all kind of cut in half and somewhat bite-sized. All right, just like so. All right, so our broccoli is good to go. And then the last ingredient is our red pepper. So red pepper, you're just going to cut it in half. I've already washed it. You're going to take out the center just like so. Throw that away. And you're going to be using 2 red peppers. Now, depending on what's in season, your teacher is obviously going to try to get you a red pepper. But depending on, what's available, you might get a yellow, orange, maybe even a green. All right? So when you cut your red pepper, you have it in half already. You're going to hold it like so. And then you're going to cut thin julienne, just like this. Alright. So you're going to have 2 small red peppers ready to go, and I have that already in here. Alright. And then in the meantime, you also need to prep up your seasoning enhancements, okay? So we're going to be using a 1/4 cup of oil, okay? And we're going to be using olive oil, alright? We're also going to be using some salt and pepper, all right? And then we're gonna top it all with Parmesan cheese, all right? Now, since this is a buffet lab, we are going to put everything in a hotel pan, okay? And then that would be served in a chafing dish on a buffet, all right? So we'll be right back and I'll show you how to do day 2. All right, so we are back. This is day 2 of your vegetable saute. So we're gonna start sauteing up our vegetables. I have everything ready to go. Now you're not gonna add this all at once. We're gonna cook in batches. So I have heated up a 1/4 cup of olive oil. I might need more. The recipe calls for a 1/4 cup, but I might add more, just so you know, all right? Once it's all shimmery, I have it on medium heat. You're going to add in your 2 teaspoons or 2 cloves of minced garlic and your onion. Okay, now this is the base flavor of this recipe. A lot of times students will say, I don't like onion. I know maybe you don't like onion, but when it's cooked, it is really good and it adds this nice rustic flavor to the other vegetables, okay? So we're gonna let this cook on medium heat, medium-high heat. Do not go right up to the top. All you're gonna do is singe those vegetables. And we're gonna cook it for 2 to 3 minutes until it's somewhat translucent. So I will be right back so you see what that looks like. All right, so we are back. So our onions cook for about 2 minutes. They're somewhat translucent. At this point, I'm gonna add in, I'm not adding all the vegetables at once. I'm just gonna do our squash, yellow squash, and our zucchini, okay? And I'm gonna cook this for about 2 minutes. And at this point, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper, just a little. So the recipe has, I measured a teaspoon of each. I'm just gonna do a pinch from that black pepper and a pinch from that salt just to start adding some flavor to that. All right, do not add it all at once because I'm gonna cook the rest of the vegetables and I'll keep adding more. You're gonna cook this just for about 2 to 3 minutes, like I said, until it's somewhat soft. So I'll show you what that looks like in a second. We are back and our onions and squash is done. Now, you can keep going, however, sometimes you overcrowd the pan. So I am just going to take this and I'm gonna put this in our hotel pan. I still have oil in there, so we're good. I don't need any extra at this point. All right, and now I'm going to add in my red pepper. And I'm going to do a pinch of my salt and a pinch of my pepper. I'm gonna add in my oregano. I'm gonna add in my broccoli. And I'm gonna add in my tomato. So I'm gonna add in essentially the rest of my vegetables. All right. And then I'm gonna cook this up about 2 to 3 more minutes. And then we're gonna mix it all together and I'll put my topping on. All right, so we'll be back. All right, so we're back and our vegetables are all sauteed and I added the rest of the salt and pepper. So I'm just gonna turn this off. So a couple things so you know, I use fresh broccoli. You could also actually use frozen broccoli if you wanted, just so you know, because your teacher might have to get you a variation depending on what's available. You can add more olive oil if it seems dry. And you can always add more seasonings if you choose to do so, okay? So now this is all done, so I'm just gonna mix this all together, just like so. So you're gonna have a double batch because both groups will make one at your table, so make sure it's all thoroughly mixed. And then you're gonna take Parmesan cheese, the best part. You can serve this on the side for people with dairy allergies, or you can put it on the top. All right, vegetable saute, enjoy.